So hey there, welcome to Renee's Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how to make the best roasted Brussels sprouts you have ever had. If you're not a fan of Brussels sprouts or you've never even had Brussels sprouts, give my roasted Brussels sprout recipe a chance. It is going to change your world. These little Brussels sprout cuties are my very favorite vegetable, and I love them roasted in the oven with just a little bit of breadcrumbs, some seasoning, and some Parmesan cheese. When they're roasted correctly, the inside is soft and the little leaves on the outside are brown and crispy, and they are absolutely delicious. I can just sit here and eat them by the bowlful. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you how to make roasted Brussels sprouts. So the first thing you want to do is trim your Brussels sprouts. You don't want to cut off too much of the Brussels sprout. You just want to trim the very little end, just like this. See that teeny little end? Just cut that off. That's all. And then cut your Brussels sprout in half. So when you cut them in half, you can see that there's a little bit of a core, but it will get soft when you roast it, and then you have all of these layers of gorgeous leaves, and that is what is going to get brown and crispy. And if you have a sheet pan laying to the side, you can just throw your Brussels sprouts on. You're going to have a sheet pan full of heaps of Brussels sprouts, and we're just going to season them and finish them off in the pan itself. So in the sheet pan itself, you want to drizzle your Brussels sprouts with a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. You want to season with freshly ground black pepper. We're going to use a dash of kosher salt. Just don't over salt it because we're going to add Parmesan cheese, which is salty in itself. A little bit of garlic powder. Just a dash. And onion powder. Again, just a dash. Now we're going to use about 1/8 of a cup of unseasoned breadcrumbs, and we're going to sprinkle them on top of our Brussels sprouts. You're also going to add another 1/8 of a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Then, now that you have all your seasonings on, one last little drizzle of olive oil just to get your breadcrumbs wet, and then with your clean hands you just want to toss your Brussels sprouts. Get them coated really well in the olive oil and the breadcrumbs and the Parmesan cheese. Okay, so see how some of the leaves are going to fall off when you toss? This is perfect. These leaves are going to get golden brown and crispy, so just make sure you leave those in your pan. Now, the key to perfect roasted Brussels sprouts, you want to put the cut side of your Brussels sprout down on your baking sheet. So I'm going to turn these over. And then spread them out. You want them in a single layer. You don't want any of your Brussels sprouts stacked on top of each other. So you should have a pan of Brussels sprouts cut side down, and another secret to having perfectly roasted Brussels sprouts is aluminum foil. Yes, aluminum foil. If you put your Brussels sprouts in the oven just like this, they're most likely going to get brown and crisp before the centers of the Brussels sprouts are done and soft. And there is nothing worse than a crispy Brussels sprout. So you want to take your aluminum foil and cover your pan and seal the edges tightly. So this is going to allow the heat that builds up inside of this pan to steam the Brussels sprouts on the inside so they're soft, but yet it's going to brown and crisp all of the breadcrumbs and the Parmesan cheese and all those little leaves on the edges of the Brussels sprouts. Oh, it just makes me so hungry thinking about it. We're going to put our pan of Brussels sprouts in a preheated 375-degree oven for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to check them. Okay, listen to that. Can you hear those Brussels sprouts sizzling in there? So you just want to lift up the corner of your aluminum foil. Look at that steam coming off of there. So you want them to be fork tender. Whoops, check a couple of them. Mine are perfect. And the cooking time on your Brussels sprouts might vary depending on how big or small your sprouts are. That's why you want to check them. Remove the aluminum foil. My breadcrumbs are starting to get brown, but I don't have all of the crispy edges and leaves just yet, and they're still just a little wet on the underside. So I want to place them back in the oven for another minute or two, and they will quickly brown and crisp. 4 minutes later, and look at these Brussels sprouts. The leaves are brown and crispy. The bottom is perfectly browned. Perfect little Brussels sprouts. See all the little leaves that fell off I told you about turn into crisp. I think I better eat one of these leaves right now. Do you hear that crunch? Oh my goodness. To me, it's just like eating candy. They are so, so delicious. And once I get started eating them, I cannot stop. That's how good they are. So that's it. That is my favorite roasted Brussels sprout recipe. So delicious. It's a great side dish for any meal. Just give it a try, please. I promise you will not be disappointed. You will fall in love with roasted Brussels sprouts. So thanks for joining me in Renee's kitchen, and I'll see you next time. Who knows what we're going to cook up?